I'm gonna try to make this a short stream. Because like, I like to order at lunch around about 11. So it arrives for 12. Now, if I'm starting now, then I'm going to be pushing that a little bit. I want to get some food though. Do I have the stuff? Yes, I do.
New equipment unlocked.
I am short on silica. I've never quite understood why the Blade Runners were 3 rotors. Because I don't think, like, presumably, like, 2 of them's going to be for the knees. But there's no, like, waist harness, so, like, I mean, like, if there was a waist harness that had, like, ball bearings in it, like, around the entire thing, then that might make sense, but, like, yeah, just don't see where that might be. Modular frames. Oop. In the little iron start the factory, check on the bush. No nuts, so no biometry. We're pretty much just going to be hunting around for quartz chunk. Oh, I've already done that. Right, never mind. Rather than going all the way over to the Green Valley, like quartz field, because that would be a little bit overkill. And there's an alpha fog on the way there, so yet another reason why to avoid it. What we can do generally is just potter about this end of Rocky Desert and look for chunks. Oh, that's that one. Okay, yeah. I'm going to be seeing that one shortly. Ooh, helium. Don't know if this will get us towards the Canadian research, but, Oop. It'd probably be helpful if I violated the foreknowledge principle and actually memorised the locations of all the resource chunks in the game, but aside from your memory being generally unreliable for that kind of thing. Oh! Yeah, there's a glitch with the cave occlusion system. Yeah. Let's take a photo of that and see if I'll even have like the intent to go check it out when the UE5 comes up. Not UE5, Update 8 comes out. That's like a worse example of the cave over here. I think my brain had a thought there, but it escaped me. Oh yeah, the cave thing. So I'm aware that Update 8 will be making an impact on those kinds of cave occlusions. It's a case of whether or not I'll remember to go check it out. I'm gonna avoid going up there because I know I'll end up in a spider, not a spider hatchet, it's just a crab hatchet situation. I mean, coming over here, I'm at risk of combating spitters. And there's a cave system somewhere in the vicinity of here which spawns stingers. Basically just is... I've got vague recollections of seeing quartz trunks in this vicinity previously. So, here we go. I think that's quartz. I can barely tell because of the texture loading issue. Let's do this out in the field rather than going to the hub. Waha! Oh, helium as well. Now we wait for the transitional period of getting used to having the Blade Runners on again, because like every now and then when I restart, there's this period where like I'm without the Blade Runners, so I get used to running around without them, and then I get them again, and it feels a little bit off. So, first thing... Can I even get up here? No, I can't. Right, so, first thing is go get that crash site sorted. Second thing is go explore it there while the cache site hard drive is getting scanned. So we don't need that. Right. Getting used to the blade runners again. I have to recalibrate me estimations for where I'll end up, so I don't overshoot shit. There's jumping puzzles up here, and I'm trying to avoid the habit of just saving all the time whenever I'm faced with a jumping puzzle. Now, with this particular one, I'm that familiar with it where I'm like generally confident that I can get up without falling off the rise. Plus, I don't think you've got a jumping puzzle. I say jumping puzzle. I don't think you've got a jump point on this particular puzzle where you're at risk of going splat. Like if I just like fell here, then it's not that much progress lost compared to the jumping puzzle we did yesterday, where we just went, fuck, and went splat on the ground. Like here, if I didn't have the blade runners on, I might have like fucked that up by needing to do crouch leap and having like lost the momentum because that slope going up might have overcome the ability to slide jump. Well, not slide jump, crouch jump in this case. Whereas with the blade runners, it's just a normal jump. Now there's the alpha spitter. Let's go get rid of it. I think it occluded itself there. Oh. That's one way of dealing with it. I think I've only ever done that once before. Okay, 4 rotor. Might be at the handcuffs there. One of those issues where crafting the parts consumes the parts that you need in order to achieve your goal. If you're trying to handcraft modular frame and you didn't already have reinforced iron plate. Let's put this while we're up here. hair trigger left click is a bit. Is like one of the reasons why I should avoid having not set. There we go. And those. I'll got these creature parts off. Keep on spec on the machine. I think I remembered that from Discord. It might have actually been mentioned on the live stream, but it wasn't something I discovered myself. Enough with scan for material. Well, not scan for material. I've got enough Caterium ore to unlock Caterium ingots, but like nowhere near enough to do the full research chain, or to get the smart splitters for up there, so I can actually have this biomass factory finished. I allowed myself to remove biomass, not to remove plants. I'm like wondering what style of like stilts I would end up with, because without the challenge of like don't remove plants, don't intersect plants, then they'll just all be straight columns. So if I was allowed to remove plants, to say what design constraints would I keep in place in order to make things interesting? Like, seeing as how I tend to do those viaducts as like the actual viaduct platform itself is asymmetric now, whether it would make sense to have the support strips be like balanced underneath it, so it was more of like an number 7 shaped cantilever. I think I can see a limestone chunk down there, but even if it's not limestone, I have no need of going that route. I can just take the slightly longer way around that we're familiar with. Now, the Blade Runners can be a bit of an impediment to exploration, because you can be transiting through the environment at such a rate that you just like miss anything interesting. Whereas, like, without the blade runners, not only are you going at a slower pace, so you've got more time to take every step in, with the blade runners, you feel more confident about flinging yourself through spaces at high speed because, like, even if you're going uphill, you're going to have enough speed to outrun most aggressive creatures. You can successfully run away from an Alpha Stinger, like, without issue. I don't think I got the deal this time. The whole, like, risk reward thing for exploration going on. Come on, get your ass over here. Right, now, this isn't exactly flat, and there's trees in the way. So this side isn't, I actually don't have the parts to hold it. But no, but I've got, like, the hologram to look at. But this isn't the peak of it anyway, that is. I don't think that's a big enough surface for... Yeah. I'm hoping that's a leaf and not a really weirdly moving spitter. But yeah, I don't think I could be able to actually get the space elevate here, it's not big enough. Oh, I'm going to save here, because this is not a jumping puzzle I'm familiar with. Any errors are going to be mostly a case of lack of familiarity with the jumping puzzle in question, and having to recalibrate the use of the blade runners. Oh, I forget if I can actually whack these. No damage feedback, so I'm guessing not. I think they can be blown up with explosives, but yeah. Really. Right, now there's going to be a tricky one, so you have to save again. Like, if I can get from A to B without cheating, finding it like a tolerable amount of cheating to, like, do this kind of shit. Because wash, rinse, repeat is tedious.
You are so lucky. lucky that you found this most valuable artifact.
There we go. Gets up there. Okay, it might be big enough, like, still to divide. And I feel weird doing the entire factory expanding out over the ocean because there's always this anxiety that I might, like, well, during the construction of the factory, I might fall out into the non-buoyant water. And if I forget to save frequently, then there's the problem of
Harvest.
yeah, there's the problem of harvest. There's the problem of like having to just lose a whole bunch of progress.
Your contract legally compels you to harvest this artifact.
Okay, so that's big and flat. Suppose that. Getting too like that might be big enough to, let's just pop off. There we go. That might be big enough to put the space elevator down, but like it's the case of putting the platform down as well. Now, yeah, we're definitely going to have the space down there to do it. Antagonizing the cloud breakfast. Okay, so there's enough space here, like plant the space elevator down without stultifying it. That's sulfur, not deuterium. There's enough space over here. Yeah, maybe. I think not this play session, but next play session, I need to do some like actual exploration of laying down foundation tiles and like I say laying down some foundation tiles. I can just lay them down now. Like I need to keep them on grid to comply with the design principles, so I need to extend some foundation tiles out. And what the hell is that? Is that just LOD things? Yeah. I think that might be some UV issues with the bottom of the tree shown in at the top of the plane. But yeah, if I extend a platform out from here, then I might be able to keep stuff on grid and then see if I can actually fit a, is it 9x9 or 7x7 platform down. Is the bare minimum for it and then there's going to be the margins around that in order to like feel comfortable with looking at it. And then we just have to see if it'll fit in a rotation that will be aesthetically pleasing. Because if I have to like face the console against, like say it fits here. I mean, like it fits in this general area because I've had it here before. But if I had like the terminal here and it was facing that, it'd feel a bit claustrophobic. Whereas if the terminal was facing, you know, the lake, then it's comfortable.
Harvest.
I can't believe I clipped through the vein. So there's just going to be this thing where the front of the ziggurat is probably going to be like lining up somehow with like the terminal. So like if I was building the space elevator and the warehouse floors of the building next to each other, of the digress next to each other, then the hypertube interchange would want to be facing towards the terminal, and then you know, like the doors to the warehouse floors would be left and right of it. But it's not going to be a warehouse. There's not going to be warehouse floors because it's space elevator parts. Anyway, that's finished syncing, so we can turn that off. There's a clanking noise. Oh, I think that clanking noise I can hear might be the sound of the miner without the rumble of stuff. Or the clank of the constructors without the low rumbles. Bit weird hearing the sounds without like the full range of frequencies. Okay, which of these do we want the least? I'm going to say bolted iron plate. That's just evacuating stuff from the RNG pool. Anyway, we've like achieved our goal from the stream info. We have the blade runners unlocked. So I might easily find a place with the space elevator. Explored the location I've been aiming for a couple of sessions now. Then we've got a plan to go extend one of these viaducts out so we can scout for a large enough space. Now, if I check the wiki, I actually say how many foundation tiles we need. It's 54 by 54. That's going to be a minimum of 7 by 7. If we're putting it down in the middle, it'll be 7 by 7, and if we're having a margin, it would be 9 by 9. Yeah. We need to have a 9 by 9 platform just to plant the space elevator down on, without having plants being intersected in a way that they show out, like they stick out without, being able to skew it with ramps. Like if I trimmed the entire platform with ramps, then, yay, as long as it was consistent. And if the platform intersects too much with the terrain, like cliff faces and ridges and what have you, it'd be unpleasant. But we don't need to put the full platform down. We basically just need to put like a border down of like 9x9 and see what it ends up looking like. Blade runners unlocked. Yeah, I am gonna take a break now and order lunch, or try to at least, just in case they run out of chicken again. Avoid putting it off too long. So, should be online streaming after lunch. I'm gonna try and hope I'm in the mood to stream some Zelda. Because, yeah, Tears of the Kingdom came out. My copy doesn't arrive until Monday. But I'm not even finished Skyward Sword yet, so it's not going to get played for a while. So, yeah. Bye for now, and goodbye.